Chapter 202. This was a bolt out of the blue for Lady Richard and Harold Father. They had just been saying that they would have to rely on Diamond Group to get out of this crisis, and yet now, a representative from Diamond Group was actually here to terminate the contract and any other collaborations with them. Moreover, they even went as far as to say that they would never work with them again. This was a huge blow to the Richard Group. The old lady trembled as she asked, "Lawyer, what is going on? Why is this happening? Hasn't all of our collaborations been very successful all this while?" The lawyer replied coldly, "Yes, indeed we have worked and cooperated very well with Miss Emma in the past. However, we heard the news that Miss Emma has already left the Richard Group. Therefore, we are no longer interested in collaborating or working together with the Richard Group anymore." Lady Richard then realized that this was all because of Emma. She was furious. Why? Why did she have this kind of useless granddaughter? The girl was just a piece of trash and had even married a piece of trash. She was the head of the Richard family and she had the final say for every decision made by the Richard Group. They should give her face instead of Emma. Lady Richard became increasingly angry and burst out, "Isn't the Diamond Group a huge company with a very good reputation? Aren't you afraid that we will go to court to sue you if you terminate the contract so casually without any reasons or justifications at all? Aren't you afraid that the reputation of the Diamond Group will suffer terribly because of this?" The lawyer smiled indifferently before replying, "Lady Richard, did you look through the terms of the contract before this? There is a term stating that we have the right to unilaterally stop any external projects or collaboration that any external party has with Diamond Group. This is the privilege of being a huge company. Haven't you heard of this?" Upon saying that, the lawyer continued speaking. "I believe that everyone in Orris Hill and even the whole country already knows that Diamond Group has decided to terminate our contract with the Richard Group. Everything that we are doing is reasonable and legal in the eyes of the law. I am not trying to scare you, Lady Richard, but since Diamond Group has already decided to sever all ties with you, other companies will generally be afraid to collaborate with you in the future. Thus, I wish the Richard Group good luck." You. Lady Richard was very shocked at his words. How would the Richard Group survive now that they had already been blacklisted by Diamond Group? Was the Richard Group going to end just like that? If no one was going to work with them, there was only one ending for them. Bankruptcy. No. No way. Lady Richard was hysterical at this time. The Richard Group belonged to her. The Richard Group had to be prosperous so that she could be respected by everyone in Orris Hill. She wanted to enjoy endless glory and wealth. She could not go bankrupt. The Richard Group must not go bankrupt. As this thought flashed through her mind, the old lady burst into tears before she pleaded, "Lawyer, I am begging you. I am already an old lady, so please help me beg Miss Doris for mercy. The Richard Group has to depend on Diamond Group to continue sustaining our operations. You cannot abandon us at a time like this." The lawyer sneered before he replied, "I am sorry, old lady, but the person who made the decision to terminate the contract with the Richard Group is none other than Miss Doris. Miss Doris also said that she does not wish to work with someone as disrespectful and shameless as you." After he was done speaking, the lawyer threw the termination letter to the ground before he turned around and left immediately. Lady Richard was so angry that she spat out a big mouthful of blood before falling unconscious to the ground.